Okay, it's Classical Conversations, Cycle 3, Week 14, and this is our history sentence. Tell me about tycoons. So, this one begins with during the late 1800s. So, I'm going to take two fours, like this, a four on each hand, and I'm going to put them together to make a pillow. Because when it's late, I want to sleep. So, I'm going to rest my head on my pillow. So, during the late 1800s, then you can bring your two fours up. Because of course 2 fours would make 8, so 1800s. That was named for the 1800s. Tycoons. So for tycoons, I'm going to pretend that I'm tying my necktie. Okay, so I'm tying a tie. Tycoons. Like Vanderbilt, I'm going to bring my bottom hand up here and make a V, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to pound my two fists together like I'm building something. So like Vanderbilt, and the next one is Rockefeller. So for that one, I'm going to put my two arms to the side here like they're resting on the arms of a rocking chair. I'm going to rock forward and backward. Okay, and with the song, it's kind of quick, so you'll probably just rock one time forwards and back. And then Carnegie is the next one. So for Carnegie, I'm just going to take these two hands here and pretend that I'm driving a car. If it helps to remember the E part at the end, you can say, I like to drive my car fast, and say, "Yee" as I drive, okay? Of course, you won't do that with the song, because you'll have to do it quickly. But when you're explaining it, that might help remember the E part again. Carnegie! And that marries in with the next part, which is and swift. And to be swift means, swift can mean to move quickly. So I'm going to move my one hand quickly past the other. So I like to drive my car and swift. Okay, fast. Or swift, like this. Okay, so swift. And of course, when I drive my car swiftly or quickly, I need to go get more gas. Okay, so that ties in with the next part, which is fueled, and you can take your thumb and your hand like this, and it's like a nozzle on a gas pump, and the opening to your gas tank or fuel tank on your car, and you can just stick that in there for fueled. Okay, so those three words can kind of be tied together to help remember them as well. So you have Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Swift. Fueled the nation's industrial age. So for industrial, I'm going to pretend that I'm dusting something. Okay, industrial age by developing American resources. So for developing American resources, I'm going to just kind of mush those three words together into one smooth little motion. So I'm going to take and I'm going to make two R's like this with my fingers. And of course, for younger kids, if that frustrates them, just tell them to hold up two fingers like this. Okay, so two R's, because the R reminds me of resources. There's two of them, so resources, that's plural. Resources, okay, and I'm going to develop them. I'm going to spin them around like this. I'm developing resources, okay, and what kind of resources are they? They're American resources, so I'm going to then end with my hand over my heart like this. So together it would go like this, just developing American resources. Don't worry about getting this here when you say American. It's just kind of one thing to remind you of those three words, of that idea, the concept, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the song on and do it that way.
During the late 1800s, tycoons like Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Swift fueled the nation's industrial age by developing American resources. During the late 1800s, tycoons like Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Swift fueled the nation's industrial age by developing American resources.
Okay, there you go. Have a great week.